My name is Gordy Kito. I'm the concession specialist at the National Mall and Memorial Parks. I previously worked as a mountaineering ranger in Denali National Park. Because of my previous experience with Denali National Park, I'm working as a rope specialist on this team, helping oversee the rope work, the anchoring systems, and the safety aspects of the rope work for the assessment team. So as far as the technical aspects of this work, it is really a pretty simple rappelling operation. The face is actually one-dimensional. It is flat. It doesn't have any changes in pitch other than the very top aspect where they come over the pyramidion. So technically the operation is pretty straightforward. As far as difficulty compared to other structures, again, it's a pretty flat structure on all four sides. We don't have domes or other architectural features for them to work around, so they're able to move pretty rapidly down the face, moving side to side. In wind events, you will find that the wind will move you from side to side. It is a little bit unusual to be moved a large distance, but the training that these people have received has allowed them to be able to compensate for those kind of events. They're trained to operate in those events, and they have they pose very little risk to those people that are climbing. Being blown by the wind doesn't itself pose any danger. The danger is actually coming into contact with other people or other objects. They're able to control that now by securing the rope at the bottom. Before, they had run an operation with the rope running from the center, giving them the latitude to move back and forth across the face. They've redirected the ropes now to be fixed at a central location, either on the right, the left, or the center part of the wall at the very top. Then what they do is they fix the ropes to the bottom to what's called a lateral line, so that limits their movement from side to side. The gust that came up on Friday was a sudden gust of wind. It didn't last terribly long, and they were able to actually grab the bottom line. The safety manager was there on site at the time, and control his return back to the face. It wasn't anything that they haven't experienced in the past with other events. It is different in that it is in America's front yard, so there were many eyes that were on it. But operationally, it doesn't pose a real safety risk for the climbers. This structure is not that different from a sandstone tower in the desert southwest. It's actually limestone or marble, which is a metamorphosed limestone. A lot of the towers in the southwest in the deserts are sandstone or metamorphosed sandstone. So it is much like climbing a tower. I think one of the big differences in some of the stuff that I've done is that this is in a warm, relatively warm environment. A lot of the stuff that people do in big walls can be in much colder environment, have a much more severe weather aspect to it. So even though this is technically a long lower, the fact that it's very controlled is one that's a lot different than an outdoor environment. So the people that are doing the lowering on this operation are also trained architects and engineers. So not only do they have the technical skills to lower themselves down the Washington Monument, they have the professional skills to be able to make assessments of the rock, the mortar, and all other aspects of the structure from both an architectural and an engineering perspective.